You may have seen footage of the protests in Hong Kong over the last few weeks. Images of people assembled on a massive scale, streets jam-packed with umbrellas, and occasionally an outbreak of violence. And you might have found yourself wondering, what is this all about? On Valentine's Day 2018, a young couple left Hong Kong and went to Taiwan on holiday. Tragically, only one of them came home. The boyfriend, Chan Tong Kai, returned alone, and soon after he admitted to police that he'd brutally murdered his girlfriend while in Taiwan. This left the police in Hong Kong with a serious dilemma. Although they could charge him with the theft of goods from his wife, they could not charge him with her murder. That could only be done in Taiwan, and Hong Kong had no extradition agreement with Taiwan. So in February, the Hong Kong government used the case to put forward a new extradition bill which would allow suspected criminals to be transferred to Taiwan. But controversially, they also included a bill that would allow extraditions to mainland China. And this was the spark that ignited these current protests. Now, the reason that agreement with China was so controversial takes us back even further in time. From 1842 and an event called the First Opium War until 1997, the region of Hong Kong, which is located on the eastern side of the Pearl River estuary in southern China, was under British control. In July 1997, control of the region was handed back to China and was no longer a British colony. The agreement drawn up between Britain and China meant that even though Hong Kong had become part of China, it would still remain an autonomous region, able to form its own government, legal systems, official languages, and practice a far greater amount of democracy than would be permitted under a Beijing regime. This arrangement is meant to run until 2047. But ever since the handover in 1997, there's been a battle for influence over the region between pro-democracy supporters in Hong Kong and the Chinese government. So when this extradition bill was announced, many people in Hong Kong saw it as an attempt by the government in Beijing to erode the special freedoms that exist there. And they were not happy about it. Even though the bill has since been stalled, it's not officially dead. So pro-democracy supporters are protesting for the bill to be formally withdrawn and a halt to any further encroachments from Beijing. The protests have been going on for 10 weeks now, and they've mainly been peaceful, but have escalated at times, with tear gas being fired and some violent clashes between police and protesters. They've spread to train stations, government buildings, and even Hong Kong's international airport, one of the world's busiest, leading to hundreds of flights being cancelled. Hong Kong's chief executive says violence during protests would push it down a path of no return. The Chinese ambassador to the UK has said that Beijing will not sit by and watch if Hong Kong protests turn into unrest. But the protesters feel they must fight for the autonomy of the region while they still have the chance. As of right now, there's no sign of these demonstrations stopping anytime soon.